What's going on, y'all? It's Andrea here at VW Family Farm. Emily's behind the camera. We're gonna take y'all around today and just give you some updates here on the farm on animals, what we still have as far as animals and what we don't and why, and just show you some really exciting things we've got going on and just in general what's happening here at VW Family Farm. So let's go. So starting out here at the sheep and goat pen, we have no goats left at the moment. We do not have any goats. Goats were just turning into be something that was not really profitable here on the homestead. I loved them, but Emily wound up being allergic to goat's milk, so I was not able to use it in my soap and lotion. I've been making it with cow's milk, which is working just fine, and it's less animals to feed. We were getting to the point where we were really overworked and we needed to scale back, and that was one thing that went. As you can see, I've still got some sheep. I actually still have 3 ewes, a ram, and a young ram lamb that we will be processing this fall. We're gonna keep them because sheep wound up being better grass eaters for us than goats. Goats are more into browsing. We kept the sheep to eat this pen down, to move around different areas of the yard and eat some of the grass. But just to be honest, the sheep have done an awesome job of mowing our yard. They mowed our yard all last year. We didn't mow at all. But we're just, me and the kids especially, are just kind of tired of poop being everywhere in our yard, like our backyard where we like to entertain and stuff. So we actually are going to stop moving them around every single part of our yard. They will eat some areas that are hard for us to mow, and some of it we're probably gonna mow again for a little bit, just because we wanna have friends over and them not always be stepping in poop. So that's where we're at on the sheep and goats. And of course, Katie's out here somewhere. I'll call her and see if she'll come up. Cuckoo! Come here, Cookie! We just had a shower and it's kind of dusty here, so that combination, she's pretty nasty. But this is Katie, of course y'all know. She does an excellent job. She is the best guard dog we've ever had. I tell people don't come up and just try to pet her when they come to our house, because she is a guard dog and she does her job. She's never bit anyone, but she's just really leery of people she doesn't know. Which I like, because that's what a guard dog does, right? And she protects her flock. You cannot even separate her from her flock because she will get back with them. She's just an all-around good girl, aren't you? You're a good girl, and I love you. I love you. All right, y'all ready to move on? All right, I'm gonna take y'all back and show you the beef herd of cows, but I hope you can see behind me Butter and Bella over there in the pond. Those are my 2 milk cows that were my first 2 milk cows. I love them so much. They're in milk right now, and their 2 sons are out there with them. They're taking them a little dip in the pond. But there was a time I had 8 milk cows, and I think 5 of them were in milk at one time. I think at one point I had all 8 of them in milk, and it just got to be way too much. I was spending hours milking cows in the mornings and getting it filtered and cleaned up and all that. And I have 2 kids to homeschool, so it just got out of hand. So we scaled back on the milk cows and only have 2 in milk now. I only have 5 total. Only these 2 girls are in milk. It doesn't take me long at all to run out here and milk them and get it fixed up for my customers. If you're new here, selling raw milk is kind of my side gig. That helps run our farm. It's something I can do for a little part-time job and pay for the feed here on our farm. Those girls actually pretty much feed everyone on this farm by me selling their milk. I'm pretty full on customers and actually have a waiting list. Raw milk is in pretty high demand, so if you're looking for a little side job on your homestead, I would recommend it. Just word of mouth is all I've ever done on advertising, and it sells like hotcakes.
Okay guys, so now I'm gonna feed our boar, and I'm feeding him so I can go show y'all something, but When I gotta show y'all, I can't talk or I might get eaten. Hey, Pig! Hey, Pig! We're gonna have to go get him because he's deaf. Deaf as a doorknob. See, he can't even hear me right now. Where's he running? Come on, bud. There we go. I'm gonna go show y'all what we got. Guess she decided she wanted to buy the food too. Okay guys, so since the mama pig left, we can go over here. And that's what I was worried about was her, so I can talk now. Hello babies! These are all her new little baby pigs and they are so tiny and so cute!
So these are the little olive eggers and Easter eggers that we got from Jeff at Bobblehead and David Monroe. We actually got eggs and we incubated all these. They're growing like crazy. Super cute. I just really love them. Got to get them moved. It rained this morning and they need fresh grass, but they're doing great.
These are mine and Lane's 4-H chick project. There's 30-something of them. They're growing like crazy. And we are going to take them to the fair in the fall, and it's just a way for me and Lane to get free chickens every year.
You only have to take 3 apiece to the fair, right?
Yes.
And then you get the rest.
And then we get the rest to sell their eggs.
And I think that, do you know what kind they are?
Red leghorns.
Red leghorns, bovine browns, I've heard them called several things. They are some major egg laying girls, aren't they?
Yes.
What kind of eggs?
Brown.
Big brown eggs.
They're big.
Strong shelled.
And also guys, we had someone come over here and interview us like a couple months ago. And we have an article out on Only in Arkansas. And it actually came out today. And it's about our homestead and you can go check it out.
And here's Mama Barn Cat. Her name's actually Tiny because she was the runt of her litter, but she ain't Tiny anymore. And just on a side note, this is why you don't put citrus essential oils on for perfume directly on your neck. They will burn you.
And then you get made fun of by Jeremiah.
It is pretty funny, but it burnt her. The first day after she did it, these big red splotches showed up, and I thought something was seriously wrong with her, but it's exactly where she put the essential oils. Lesson learned.
Yeah, it's been there for like a week.
So the chicken tractors we showed you with the 4-H chickens and the little olive eggers in it, they were full of meat chickens until this past weekend, but we left them put together and kind of moved chickens out of the barn so they could get out on grass and get some bugs and stuff like chickens like to do. So we are actually done with meat chickens for this year. Emily's cheering. So we're trying to just refine our farm. We've been in the years of homesteading and farming where we were constantly growing and adding, and every animal that came along, we wanted it and we got it, and those were fun times too. But we're to the point now, especially since we got this huge herd of beef cows, we be tired. We want some free time. So we're trying to refine this process to what actually is providing food, or it could just be enjoyment. I mean, we've got dogs and cats just really for fun, things like that. And some of our animals are really just for fun. But for the most part, we're trying not to go big into something until we think it through. So meat sources, we've pretty much got chicken, lamb, beef, pork, and then Ben is a big hunter, him and the kids. They'll get deer, we'll go fishing and fill our freezer with fish. We've got lots of sources of meat. The garden's doing awesome. We've got herbs, all kinds of things like that going. So we've got lots of food growing. We're just trying to make sure and think twice before we go big into something again, because a couple of weeks ago when we started selling sheep and goats, we had 22 on that tiny little pasture. It was way overcrowded, don't you think? Emily was the one feeding them. So anyway, that's what we've got going on. I'm going to take y'all and show you the egg laying flock, which if you caught our last couple videos, you know Jeff from Bobblehead just came and he bought how many from y'all, Emily?
I don't know.
I think he bought
10? 5? Something?
I think Jeff bought 10 and Jess and Jeremiah bought 15. So the kids just sold 25 chickens and we still have a ton of chickens. I'm going to show you those and we'll take you back through the field because we're about to go move cows, give you an update on them. So come along with us. So there's the layers. It's kind of muddy because it keeps raining. They've got access to some grass. I've got quite a few buffs left, which our experiment there is to hatch some little buff roosters and try to process them for meat. I hope y'all can hear me because it's extremely windy out here all of a sudden. I've got olive eggers out there. I've got a couple of barred rocks, and the kids have some of last year's 4-H chickens, which are laying machines. So we're still getting quite a few eggs. There's quite a few chickens out there. I know you can't see them at this moment, but I bet we've still got 50 chickens out there.
We having fun?
We having fun.
Oh yeah.
He's unhooking the water so we can move this water trough and try not to get shocked by the fence.
Yes.
Back of your shirt. Ooh. Check out that shirt he's wearing from our friends at Reap What You Sow. It's not Razorback colors, but they still like them. Y'all go check them out. We love Todd and Jareth. Love their channel. Huh?
You need to hook onto it.
Okay. There comes some of my milk cows moseying up here. They're not part of the beef herd group. Cows are kind of cliquish and my milk cows hang out by themselves. It's midday, so the cows are laid up back here in the woods in the shade. We're going to find them, try to get them to run through to the new paddock. Y'all want to eat? Come on! Come on! Come on! Woo! Woo! Early bird gets the worm. These were up here waiting on us. We got a whole herd coming behind us. So as you can see, the cows are doing awesome. We're not moving them every day. We're moving them like every week. That way they've got shade in every paddock and water. Did you get the gate shut?
Yeah.
Okay. We are outrunning a storm, so we're going to turn this thing off and try to get to the house. And we can't mention everything on the homestead without talking about the bees. We are about to harvest honey that provides our main source of sweetener, and this is where the buckwheat was. You can see we've got zinnias and sunflowers over here on the edge. Ben tilled this up and the buckwheat should sprout right back up. Buckwheat's amazing like that. So anyway, bees are doing awesome. We beat the storm back. The bottom is about to fall out. Thanks for going around the farm with us. That's a little bit of what we've got going on around here, animal wise and bees and all kinds of stuff. Lots of cattle stuff. This is our big year for cattle. If you're new around here, we bought our herd of cattle back in February, so this year is all about making back our money. That means if we can save money by doing something ourselves, we're putting in the elbow grease. There's no hiring anyone to do anything, no having anyone bale our hay and split it with them. If it's getting done around here with cattle, it's us doing it. Hopefully in the next couple years, because Ben does have a full-time job, we're thinking that we're leaning more towards getting someone that like needs hay to do it with us and split it. some things like that to make life a little bit more manageable, because we are working literally daylight till dark some days around here. We can't keep this up on a long-term basis, but for right now, it's just what has to happen because we bought this big herd of cows trying to make our money back. That's why we've refined some other areas of our farm, because we just simply sometimes don't have time to do it all. So I don't know where this finds you if you're in that boat, and you may have to say, you know what, I got to scale back on that because I'm not using that product, or whatever the case may be. But if so, don't feel guilty about it. I hate it when we try something and then I wind up like selling it or thinking, okay, this isn't working for our family or whatever, but sometimes that's just a necessary part of homesteading. So anyway, I will catch you guys later. Thanks for going around and checking everything out with me. As you can see, things are thriving here on the homestead. We're about to harvest honey. I hope we get gallons and gallons. I'm gonna be showing y'all that. Got a lot coming up here on the homestead that we will be including y'all in. Thanks for watching. I'll see you later. God bless.